This book is so influential. This book is the most influential book in Africa's history. Nearly every student of African history has read it. Presidents, policymakers, activists, preachers, civil servants, everyone knows about it. How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by Walter Rodney is like a Bible of African history and development. It has traveled to the most unlikely places on the continent, from prisons to universities to protest movements. So what did it say? It was simple but revolutionary. Rodney said Africa is underdeveloped because Europe underdeveloped it. In over 200 pages, he explained how centuries of slavery, colonialism, and exploitation pushed Africa backward. While Europe was building factories, Africa was being stripped of labor, gold, and knowledge. The wealth that built Europe came from Africa's lost. Rodney argued that this underdevelopment was not accidental, it was designed. The trade system, taxes, and economic colonialism were all meant to keep Africa dependent. But his book wasn't just about blame, it was a call to action. He believed that the solution was revolution through a Marxist model of shared ownership and socialist transformation, much like the system in the Soviet Union. And here lies the tragedy. The solution never truly worked. The Marxist state Rodney admired, including the USSR, later collapsed. They fell under the same weight of corruption, bureaucracy, and power concentration that Africa was already suffering from. Across Africa, socialist experiments from Tanzania's Ujamaa villages to Ghana's planned economy mostly failed to deliver prosperity. The dream of collective ownership gave way to new elites, new inefficiencies, and in many cases, more poverty. Still, Rodney's diagnosis was sharp. His analysis of exploitation remains undeniable, but his cure of Marxism was flawed. Walter Rodney himself paid the ultimate price to his ideas. He was born in Guyana, studied at the University of the West Indies and in London, and taught in Tanzania during Africa's independence wave. He inspired a generation, but his activism made him dangerous. In 1980, at just 38 years old, he was assassinated in Guyana. His car exploded, a bomb planted by a government agent. He died young, but his words refused to die. Today, more than 50 years later, Africa still faces many of the same problems Rodney wrote about. We still export raw materials and import finished goods. Our systems still depend on foreign markets. And Rodney warned that political independence without economic independence is an illusion. And that warning still rings true. So yes, how Europe underdeveloped Africa explained how we got here. But the question is, after all these decades, have we found a better way forward? That question is for me and you and this generation, for we must provide an answer.